I'm John White. Today we're going to look at a little mail that we've received in the mailbag. And first we have Southwest Yard and Garden. Can I plant Bermuda grass seed now? And this is from Susan and Deming. And Susan, in the southern part of the state, we are starting to see a little bit of green up on the Bermuda, but it's not actively growing, and it will not actively grow till we're getting some regular 50, 55 degree nighttime temperatures. And so that's still probably at least a month off. So you can wait a little bit as far as planting from seed. You'll see the green up, but again, it's not actively growing. So we need warmer soil temperatures, warm nighttime temperatures to really get it off and going. So if you can hold off till then, that'll help. Bermuda grass sod can be put in now. So if you're thinking about one of the hybrid Bermudas that is vegetatively started, sod can be put down now, and keep it watered and you'll have a successful start there. But as far as seed, let's hold off for another month or so, maybe till the first part of May, and you'll have a much more successful planting at that time. So again, hold off on that. Another letter we received: Dear Southwest Yard and Garden, are pecan shells harmful to my plants if I use them as a mulch? This is from Jennifer, Anthony, New Mexico. And Jennifer, pecan shells are very plentiful in the southern part of the state because of the large pecan industry. And my feeling is if you have a lot of natural resource that has shells as waste product, why not use them? They're readily available and fairly cheap to get hold of. So and they do make a good mulch material. So no, they aren't harmful to plants. They do have tannins and tannic acid that in excess, if there was really an extreme amount of tannins and tannic acid, there is a possibility of some maybe stunning of plant growth. But some of the basic on the mulch, we want them somewhere about 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick. We want to pull the mulch away from the plant, leave a little bit of a kind of an airspace, and then again kind of spread it out. Pecan shells, since they do have little pieces of meat in them, are attractive to birds and roaches and different insects. And once that material is eaten out of the shells, then the shells are fine to use. They, any kind of organic matter might rob a little nitrogen from the soil, so you might want to put a little nitrogen fertilizer down as far as keeping the plants fed and keep their growth going. But otherwise, the pecan shells are an excellent mulch to use. Another message we had was, Dear Southwest Yard and Garden, I have a container pot with a rosemary plant in it. It died back, but the stems are still green. What should I do? And this is from Ricardo in Mesilla, New Mexico. And Ricardo, on the rosemary, we can see we've got some varying colors here, some green, some brown. What could have happened here is the plant could have gone through maybe some winter drought where it didn't get watered well enough. Being in a pot, it's subject to cold a lot more, and it could suffer some freeze damage. And what we want to do is take a pair of clippers and just clip branch off. We want to check to see if we see any kind of green on it. If we're seeing green, then that means the plant has a chance of coming back. If all we're finding is brown, we just want to keep clipping back until we find some green. And if it requires going all the way back into where the branch originates, that's what we have to do. Now, some of these that are green up here, obviously when things begin to warm up, we may get some additional growth on this and the plant may come back. So if you have plants that are in question as far as whether they're alive or dead, you can clip the ends, see if they're green, take a knife and just chip the bark. If you're seeing green, then those plants will make it back. Remember, here, at least in the southern part of the state, we're having some kind of abnormally warm days, and we still have a possibility of cold spells coming through. So we don't want to force these plants too fast. So kind of just really wait and see what happens. Let them have a little chance to see if they're going to show some regrowth on their own, and then go ahead and cut them back. So don't be in a real big rush. You can kind of take some of the dead stuff off, but that'd be probably the best way to approach this problem. Another question we have is, Dear Southwest Yard and Garden, what is the small purple flowering plant in my lawn now? It has square stems, and this is from Tom in Roswell. Tom, what you've given me is the key is square stems, and what you probably have is this little cool season annual called henbit. And henbit is a plant that we see, especially in the southern part of the state, about this time of year. It kind of keeps showing up. It's so beautiful, a lot of people refuse to really try and kill it or do anything with it, so they just let it go. When hot weather starts to come in 2 or 3 months from now, these plants will die out and then show up again next year. But they are very, very colorful. They aren't a real big nuisance plant other than just having large numbers of them, but they are quite colorful, and they will continue to reproduce in number. If you do want to kill them, you can use a broadleaf weed killer. One of the phenoxy herbicides. This is a good time of year to use those. That will control them without damaging the yard. Also, you can use some of the contact or systemic type herbicides like the glyphosate material, and you just want to be careful of Bermuda if it is starting to green up underneath. But otherwise, you can just let the plant grow and mow it off, and you can kind of keep it under control that way.